Hello, Haylet Nation! Welcome back to the RV Nerd Herd, coming in just higher, just shy of the 12,500 pound mark. Got a gorgeous one for you today, the 310 RLTS North Point by Jayco here at Haylet RV. Now, when you're up in this luxury fifth wheel class, there's fewer players than in the travel trailer segment, and they are all pretty good at different things. The thing is, Jayco is doing some things here that nobody else is doing, or what they're doing is they're saying, okay, well, that guy has this feature, this guy has that feature. We are going to have all of the features, which is, I think, a smart way to do business, because then, nobody can really say they're doing it better. You've got some best-in-class things like an unparalleled 2+3 year warranty that does include allowances for full-time RVing, pretty much unmatched by anybody. You have to start spending, well over $100,000 to get anything remotely like that outside of Jayco. You've got those Goodyear Endurance radials, dual whisper ducted, dual Coleman quiet air conditioners, so a very quiet cooling system, hot cold camp ratings, and just a gorgeous look inside out of this thing. The update, including the modern farmhouse that we're going to see today, although they do offer another decor if this isn't quite your thing. The 6-point hydraulic auto leveling, the drinking water system that you just can't get anywhere else. This is not for everybody. This is for a very discretionary buyer, and if you're looking to make your last RV purchase ever, North Point is most certainly a fifth wheel that should be on your radar, and this model in particular, coming in really close to that 35-foot mark, makes it a high-end fifth wheel that still maintains a decent level of towability, so you don't feel like a beached whale where you can't haul this thing around, or you got to be super duper picky on where you're going to take it. I've talked enough. Let's hop inside. Now, I've got a lot to cover here. I'm going to do my best to clip along, ladies and gentlemen, but this is going to be pretty long. You might want to get some popcorn, get a drink, or maybe just pause it, take a break halfway through. I don't know. I should release this like the Mandalorian in installments. Up top, we got one of those nice large Max Air vent fans. It does have a rain sensor, by the way. And what you're not seeing up here is the air conditioner. You see all kinds of indirect lighting. You see that cool crown molding that, notice it doesn't have little gaps and seams in it. Jayco's using a different kind of molding up there. It's a really cool thing so that you don't have to deal with gappy trim. I love how Jayco's changed that up. But up top here, the air conditioner that you don't see, you've got a newer update here. North Point used to have whisper ducted living room air, but not bedroom. Now, North Point has dual 15,000 BTU Coleman quiet air conditioners, both of which benefit from Jayco's Helix ducted whisper ducting air system. Whew, that's a mouthful. Now, what all that means is very powerful and the quietest possible air conditioning. You also don't see carpet because you know what's crazy? People used to actually option in extra carpet into RVs. Can you even imagine that in today's market? It's crazy to think. Now, there's a bunch of cool little things, like we've got hardwood slide fascia, 6.5 foot tall walk-in slides, hardwood cabinet doors with hidden hinges, pocket screwed cabinetry. You expect those things on a luxury fifth wheel, though. This over here is something very cool, very different. You see that extra window right there above the electric fireplace. Well, if you want the extra light in the airflow, you can have it. Or you can push a button. There's a power lift TV above that fireplace. And we also have a large tri-fold sleeper sofa right over here. So this is a couple's rig, but it has some pretty cool, good guest capacity. All of these windows you can see open for airflow. They all have blackout roller shades. Another neat little North Point thing over here. You can see how they've made the guest beds back here CPAP friendly with like basically a side stand, almost headboard mounted outlet and some USB plugs. But a neat little kind of hidden storage toy. You get that on both sides of the sofa, and it's those extra little features that you're going to find in the North Point. They do all the main big things, but they also have a bunch of fun little almost hidden features like that I love pointing out in these videos. And it's not like that little flip job on either side of the sofa. That's not the reason to buy a North Point. It's the fact that there's 100 of these little things that you can enjoy along the way. Now over here, we've got the power recline sofa, which, I mean, who doesn't enjoy that? It does have the USB things in the armrest there, so you can keep your phones topped off. It does have heat and massage, but a lot of things have that. You know what a lot of things don't have? these little piggies going wee 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 all the way home. Those are interesting little control pads. Each one of those will do something different depending on where it is located within the RV. Now, you might notice how the furniture is like kind of color changing. Digital cameras, they kind of process imagery differently based on what color lighting they're being exposed to. And I don't really have like a lot of natural ambient light bleeding into the RV right now. Now, when I point right at the lights, you see how everything yellows out. But when I don't, this is a more natural look at the RV. Unfortunately, I don't have full control over that like I would prefer to have. So in case you're curious, like, what is going on? It's just one of them stupid technology things. Let's blame Russian hackers? I don't know. Anyway. Those little pads that I was talking about, though, they'll do different things. Like that pad right there, it can turn on all the exterior lights. It can turn on the lights above the dining. It can turn on or off our main ceiling lights. There's a bunch of different cool little things it can do. Now, over here, we have what I like to refer to as a diesel pusher dinette. And by that, I mean, you've got the two fixed chairs here. But that's not your only option. So first of all, that tabletop lifts up with the help of that handy little strut and gives you a little what I like to call destination dining desk. Very handy if you're going to do some work or you got some extra, I don't know, napkins, something you want to keep under there. Deck of cards. Ooh, that'd go good under there. Not to mention, you see you've got that little foldaway chair. The camper comes with two of those. They hide under the master bed very nicely because North Point does give you full underbed storage, which not everybody does. So when it isn't just the two of you, when you do have some guests, you can extend that table and give yourself some much needed elbow room that I don't think anyone's going to really complain about. Now, just to give you kind of a quick look past the kitchen space here, we will get all of this opened up. We will look at all this in full detail, but I don't want you to miss an ounce of storage space. I don't know why I measure storage in ounces, but, you know, I don't know why. I do a lot of things. Neither does my wife. Now, we'll get you a good look at everything I can here. One neat thing is above the entertainment center, first of all, flip-up cabinet doors in Jayco's always have these nice metal struts so that you don't got to juggle them open with your head. But you see all these power outlets and that satellite hookup up there. If you want to add a satellite system to this RV, they make it very easy, so you don't have to like try to string extension cords and stuff everywhere. On a big bad North Point, we've got ourselves a standard convection microwave oven and this gorgeous Insignia 4-burner, very household style, but still RV compliant stove and extra large oven. Little tray below, some extra large full extension soft close drawers over there, and when the TV's in the down position, almost gives us like a serving buffet. Take a look at that. Now you have a couple different refrigerator options. One of the things that I really like on this one, we'll talk in a minute, but it is the fact that when you get that 18 cubic foot 2-way gas electric fridge, you get the benefit of an auto backup in the event of power loss, but it also has an ice maker. There's plenty of other manufacturers who use pretty much the same refrigerator, but they don't include the ice maker with it like Jayco does. That is one of those Jayco doing Jayco things that I like to talk about so often. Now, over here, you might be wondering, next to this coffee bar, well, on the coffee bar, what is that? The North Point and Pinnacles, with their BM Pro system, come with the tire pressure monitoring system. They come with TPMS, which is very, very cool. You know, that all kind of, like those little control pads that we looked at on the wall, that all talks to this guy right here. And anything you can do on this thing, you can operate off your phone if you're so inclined. So, you know, you don't have to be standing directly in front of this. You can grab your phone anytime, be able to operate your heating, your cooling. It can even do some things like with your leveling system to raise and lower the nose of the RV for easy hitching. If you had this one equipped with the Jayco Overlander solar package, that's where the charge controller will be located. That's a 190 watt solar package. This is always going to be roof solar ready, but we can always add that package after the fact if you're so inclined, and these are also now starting to become inverter enabled, which is a very cool thing. So we've seen most of this stuff, but I want to show you a couple other little neat tricks that North Point has up its sleeve. Alakazam! Starting with this guy right here, this big extension kind of butcher's block cutting board job that comes included with these North Points. There's basically like a drawer built into the island that slides open where you can put that on. Really cranks up your prep space if needed. I love the fact that they're building in a place for a wastebasket. And then again, the little details, giving us a sliding kind of utility tray drawer thing here below the sink so that you don't got to go crawling around on your hands and knees to get to stuff. And that right there, a segmented kind of utensil drawer, very handy, very popular thing. Now, some people say, I don't want this thing sticking out in front of my face. What else can I do with this? And the short answer is kind of like anything that you want. It doesn't have to be there on that island drawer thing. It is designed to be a perfect stovetop cover to really maximize prep space. And I'll tell you when that's handy. When you come back from the grocery store, you're getting ready to load up the pantry and that giant refrigerator, having all of that extra space right there and all of this extra space over here. If you shop the way my mother shops, it is handy, it is useful, and you will appreciate it. Now, apologies real quick. I noticed that the lights were starting to really dim out on me. We've received a bunch of RVs today, and the batteries I use to power these things during these videos, apparently we're getting a little exhausted. But I've got her swapped out. We should be good to go. Central vacuum hookup with an electric, toe kick dustpan thing next to our little slipper shoe garage. Great for flip-flops. And you just saw that automatic motion light by the door. That'll welcome you back so you don't have a collection of gnats by the full viewing entry window, which as you see does also have a privacy shade included with it. It'll just kind of kick on and off when we get to the stairs, which is cool. Now, notice that indirect accent lighting. You will actually see that under the island, under the dresser in the bedroom. You will see that, what else was I going to say? Oh, it's all on one switch. So, it can go into several different zones of the RV all at one time. So if you do need to navigate the RV in the evening hours, it gives you the perfect way to do it. Now, this shower previously was North Point only, and even then only in specific floor plans. They have given this very household-looking, feeling, walk-in, easy shower with a 300-pound rated teak seat flipping up and down over here. That Jayco was the first to do this, and I have actually seen some other companies jump on board that bandwagon, and I can't blame them. It is gorgeous looking. Height adjustable shower head there, which, by the way, plenty of headroom in this thing over here. I don't need my head in that skylight. That vaulted ceiling up here is a very welcome feature, and similarly, some very good leg room down here as well. Now, as we pivot around again, that accent light, sealed edge counter here in the bathroom where it's a high water kind of splash zone, if you will. Good counter space there, though. And you do see a backlit, I call it morning mirror. I've had some people refer to it as a makeup mirror. I refer to it as I don't like direct light in my eyes when I first wake up kind of mirror. So it's something that I certainly enjoy. Now, one of the other things that I like about North Points and Pinnacles, take a look at this. That big vaulted ceiling in conjunction with their taller sidewalls gives us a larger headroom clearance that I appreciate. And you see up here the standard whisper ducted second factory 15,000 BTU air conditioner. Another neat thing on Jayco air vents, they even do this in their little travel trailers. They're vented and louvered. Fancy talk for the fact that it can turn and they can close and open individually, which is, I think, a really cool feature. Up top here, this is optional on some other companies, but you see that it's actually standard here. The Wi-Fi connector here, WineGuard Gateway. I can't remember if it's called Gateway or Connect. I always get it wrong. But the fact is, this thing basically has its own built-in signal point. Now, normally, you would tend to find most North Points at Haylett RV with a 70 by 80 king bed. What we are looking at here today, because we do have a lot of requests for it, and we sell so many North Points and we try to stock so many, we happen to actually be looking at the standard 60 by 80 queen. But it opens up this bedroom nicely. Nice and wide open, easy reach outlets down there. And you can see how there's windows all around the bed. The headboard window is just there for light and visibility. Those two huge sidewall windows, though, open right up. You've got these handy little stands, which will stay here whether you get the king bed or not. Neat little kind of cup holder going on there. And there is another one of those little touch pads. Well, not even touch pads. It's just got a whole bunch of buttons on it. And then you'll see another one over here. And they all do slightly different things depending on where they are, and it makes so much sense. Like this one can open and close the slide, but what's neat is that one over there can turn on exterior security lighting. So if you hear a funny little bump in the night, you can get an idea what's going on, as them four non-blondes would say. Now when I have this bed out of the way, it makes it very obvious. There's a ton of floor space in here. And these are not opposing slides. Instead, Jayco has a deeper bed slide than a lot of brands do. Montana's good about that as well. North Point and Montana are definitely, man, they're on a playing field together. They are going after one another lately here. And I love it because it's making them both better. Again, full storage here under the bed. Now, there's just a whole collection of stuff you're looking at. You've got like your power cord, some water filters, the stuff for your central vacuum system, all kinds of things. And I do hope, again, you folks appreciate the just in-depth level at which we're attacking this here, like showing you even things like a little laundry hamper, showing you both sides of the closet, showing you the fact that back here in this corner you've got some household and USB plugs, and look at the four individually removable hanging rods and motion lighting in here inside this closet. There's just, I mean, there's just not much they're not doing. That's the thing. These are features that sometimes you find elsewhere in other brands, but not all of them in one RV the way you're seeing it in North Point. As is customary in this class, we are stackable, washer, dryer capable, but look at the dresser over here. The top flips up, just like those two side stands beside the sofa flipped up. Little kind of like hidden personal things like watches, jewelry. If you got an extra wad of money you want to lay around somewhere but you want to keep it out of sight, that's a nice little kind of quick grab and go sort of space. And the bedroom TV here, downward angled for easy viewing, that will be a standard feature up in a Big Bad North Point. And now with the slide out closed, I want to give you a quick look in here. And I've got all the lights turned off right now. I'm going to call this not just travel mode, but storage mode. Like if you just pull over somewhere, or if the RV's in storage and the disconnect's turned off, this is what it's going to look like. Now with the queen bed, it's obviously like the door can open and close, no problem right there. If you do choose to go with the king bed option, it might, I got to double check, it might barely kiss the mattress, the door, but it's going to squish past. That's no big deal. And just I mean, we've already kind of seen the bathroom, but obviously you maintain full access to here. But when we go downstairs, a lot of these triple slide RVs, they start to have a little bit of a problem with access. And don't get me wrong, it's not like you can fully access this thing, but you see how I've got the fridge cracked open? If you do just a little bit of a sideways travel trailer two-step. I don't know why I'm singing that badly. Well, probably because I'm not capable of singing it nicely, but hey, you can get in here. This is another one of the benefits of the two-way RV refrigerator over the residential. It remains more travel accessible. And since there's no center divider here, that left door doesn't open all the way, but you can still basically reach around and get to stuff. Now, something I think I forgot to talk about is the fact that in the Jaycos, when you get a two-way fridge, it's not just equipped with an ice maker, but that ice maker is actually attached to the fresh water drinking system, that little mini tap right there. This RV basically has its own separate Culligan jug. You'll see in the front pass-through compartment. It runs off its own 12-volt pump. It's completely independent of all the other water systems of this RV. But in a North Point and a Pinnacle, something Eagle doesn't do, but North Point and Pinnacle do, it actually feeds the ice maker, so you can always make sure you're not getting lake water in your drinks, you know what I mean? And I believe Jayco is actually one of the first to adopt the zero gravity stable steps that you see right here. They weren't the first to these. I think Montana and Fusion actually beat them to that punch. But these are the variety that hold themselves up so you don't gotta juggle them and they don't fall on your head or crush your dog, you know. They are doggone easy to use. Now, this is the new step above system that just couldn't get any easier. You push this little tab right here and look at that, the leg retracts itself. Now, we can drop this down simple and easy. It only takes a couple fingers. And if you are on uneven ground, That is all it takes. Each leg can operate independently so that you can always make sure you've got stable connection with the ground. Now, on top of that, Jayco likes to include larger handles, or like in the case of an Eagle, they'll give you like 2 handles sometimes. Eagle's always very extra that way. 6.5 foot tall, 30-inch wide entry door. I am using the force to close that right now with my mind, by the way. I just kind of pulled up at the last second so it didn't slam shut. Love all the door side windows on this. Now, this one you can see is built with slide awnings. That is not something that we will always apply here at Haylett RV. It's something that we often apply here at Haylett RV. So keep in mind, the camper we have in stock could be different in that regard. Now, one of your major differences between an Eagle and a North Point is the drop frame right here. There's actually a laundry list of differences. I've got a dedicated video on that specific topic. If you want to know what separates an Eagle from a North Point, I will get you the video that has all that information on it. Now, up top here, this is something Jayco does a little bit better than most, is they keep their like bed and bath deck separated and like not just physically but thermally from the pass-through compartment here with that double-sided radiant layer right there. Now, a lot of brands won't do anything up there. Some rarely will do a single layer like hot dog paper, which helps. This is just better. You can also see a dedicated heat vent here into the pass-through compartment to keep this also climate controlled, which keeps your bedroom floor more comfortable. Over there is that kind of Couligan French jug that we talked about that feeds the fresh water drinking system. Central vacuum cleaner, empty dump point over here outside of the RV instead of inside, so you don't have to sweep everything up and then have crap hitting the floor, which is the opposite point of sweeping, last I checked. And you can see over here, nice like cargo flooring, just like a seismic toy hauler garage floor, and outside TV hookups, letting our entertainment go to town. The cool thing on a North Point here, they didn't always used to have this, and this is another major difference between them and an Eagle. This has a 6-point hydraulic automatic leveling system. It operates very quickly, and they use a type of fluid that does not gel up when it gets cold. So, you know, it's a hot, cold camp rated RV. You need a leveling system that works in hot and cold climates. Well, North Point's going to do that. This has the 5-star handling system. Starts with a MORryde pin box up front to take the shocks and jolts and dampen those a little bit. They have a similar MORryde pin box, suspension system. They also have Dexter axles, wet bolt fasteners, bronze bushings, so that you can tow this thing like crazy without stuff wearing out. And these have, I believe, the largest front storage in their class. That extra shelf above is something that you're getting here. You also have room for like 6 batteries. If you want to go battery nuts, you can do that here. Now, what you're seeing is the standard front end on a North Point. Sometimes, kind of like the slide awnings, sometimes we will stock them or bring them in generator ready. Now, there's a very cool thing that happens with Jayco generator prep on a North Point and a Pinnacle. You don't just get generator prep. The gen prep on a Jayco, North Point, or Pinnacle is a little bit more expensive than something comparable like a Montana, but it is also, it doubles the propane capacity. You go from 60 pounds of propane to 120. You get triple 40-pound tanks, which is kind of cool. Over here in the opposite side of the pass-through, we see our fully heated, protected docking station. Everything's simple and easy to use. It's all labeled, so even an idiot like me can do it. And up top, we got our side mount solar prep plug. You will find that we also have roof solar prep as we go. One thing I want to show you here, some people are going to just hammer that shut, slam it shut. This is a compression latch. You lift the latch and then let go, and the door compresses and it gets a better seal that way. There was something else I wanted to point out up here. Oh, side camera prep, not just rear camera ready, side camera ready as well. And the J Smart lighting system, which will cause this marker light to blink along with your turn signals for safety. It operates independently of the camera prep, so that you don't got to worry about your camera blinking in and out and in and out and in and out and just guessing if somebody's over there. You can actually get a dead, line of sight lock on it. Now, I realized I actually only shared 4 of the 5 stars in the 5-star handling package. And I'm not doing my job. If on a Jayco, if I don't tell you about their 2 + 3-year warranty, which on a North Point also includes full Time RV'ing allowances, if I don't tell you about their plywood roof decking and their Magnum Truss roof system rated to hold more weight, And if I don't tell you about the Goodyear Endurance Beast radials that they use on this, the tire is extra large. You literally can't just slap that tire on other fifth wheels. It's too big. They had to custom engineer the chassis on this to make that possible. Now there's some other very good tires out there, like the Saloon radials. They actually have, in some respects, better technical specs than even these Goodyears. But the Goodyears are American made, which I know I like, a lot of people like. They're also rated for up to 87 miles per hour. Not that you should ever tow that fast, but you know, theoretically you could. Right here, that is an optional piece of equipment right there. It's interesting. Everyone does this a little different. On the back end, North Point has nothing standard. No bumper, no hitch, no nothing like that. We like to put this accessory hitch on there so that if you can add bike racks or anything you want. And I like how they extend it out from the wall far enough where the handles from bicycles on a bike rack aren't going to ding and bang into this gorgeous high gloss skin. Look at the reflectivity on that. It does a great job. Frameless windows on the exterior, though you have sliding windows for the slide sides for that cross breeze airflow. Not to mention frameless windows on a slide side. They tilt open, and if you left it open and close the slide, you would smash that window and you would not be a happy camper. That's the opposite of a good time. That is a bad time. Now, I know my videos run long, ladies and gentlemen, but I believe wholeheartedly if you're really serious about making a purchase like this, I think you're going to appreciate the extra effort that we go to here at Haylett RV. And just think about this. If we've done all this work before we've even met you, imagine what we'll do if you pick up the phone or send us an email and give us a chance to work with you. And it's cool if you're not ready today. If you need some questions answered to help you along in your shopping process, we're happy to do that. And I don't care what other dealers you look at. Because frankly, I don't care where you get your appetite, as long as you come home for dinner at Haylett RV. So, if that sounds fair, give our family-owned and operated facility here a call. Remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else you could possibly need. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you like. Let us know what I might have missed, any questions you might have, or maybe any suggestions. If there's something you could change, run it past us. You'd be surprised what the manufacturers listen to sometimes. So, as always, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.